Welcome to another English-tastic episode, where learning English is always fun and fantastic. I am Teacher Dash, your English-tastic teacher. It's another day of learning in a fun and exciting way. In today's lesson, we will be learning about the plural forms of some irregular nouns that we use all the time. But before that, let us have our English recap by doing this activity. Directions. Identify the nouns in the following sentences. Write S on the blank if it is a singular noun, and P if it is a plural noun. Number 1. What is the noun in the sentence? Toy is correct. Is it singular or plural? Yes, it's singular. Number 2. My mom bought some apples. Can you identify the noun in the sentence? Great! Apples is correct. Is the word apples in singular or plural form? Very good! It is in plural form. Number 3. I have a sister. Say the noun in the sentence. Good! Sister is correct. Is it a singular noun or a plural noun? Correct! It is a singular noun. Number 4. She has a lot of friends. What do you think is the noun in the sentence? She has a new toy. You're right! It's the word friends. Is it singular or plural? You're right! Friends is plural. Number 5. We baked some pies today. Which word in this sentence is a noun? Well done! Pies is a noun. Is it singular or plural? That's correct. It's plural. Well done, kids! You really learned a lot from our previous lesson. In our last episode, we differentiated singular nouns and plural nouns. Singular nouns are the nouns that are just one in number, while plural nouns are the nouns that are two or more in quantity. We discussed the rules in forming the plural forms of regular nouns. Most nouns become plural by adding an S to the end of the singular form, like birds, walls, and bags. Regular nouns ending in S, X, Z, CH, SH, and SS are made plural by adding an ES. Examples of these nouns are watches, brushes, and classes. However, we have another type of noun aside from regular nouns. If we have regular nouns, then it must mean that we also have irregular nouns. Irregular nouns do not form their plural forms by adding an S or an ES to the word. Instead, they form their plurals in a lot of different ways. Some of them require a change in the middle of the word. Some of them need letters aside from an S and an ES added to the end of the word. And some of them have a total change in form. And guess what? Some of them have the same singular and plural forms. Let us learn more about these irregular plural nouns by doing the plural bingo. Listen to the word that I will say. Find the word from our bingo card that shows the plural form of the word that I mentioned. I will give you 5 seconds to look for it. For example, when I say foot, you need to look for the word feet because it's the plural form of the word foot. Ready? Here we go. Man. Men. Goose. Geese. Mouse. mice. Tooth. Teeth. Bingo! Congratulations! You completed our plural bingo. Again, feet, men, geese, mice, and teeth are just a few examples of irregular plural nouns. We don't add an S or an ES to its singular form to make it plural. Instead, we change the letters in the middle of the word. We have another group of irregular nouns that requires the addition of letters aside from an S and an ES to the word. Here are two examples of irregular plural nouns that we change in that way. Child, children. Ox, oxen. And we have a rare type of noun in the word person. Person can be considered a regular noun if we use persons as its plural form. However, person has another plural form which requires a total change in form. The other plural form of person that makes it an irregular noun is people. Person, people. And of course, we have irregular nouns that have the same singular and plural forms, like sheep and deer. We have a few other types of irregular nouns, but we will focus on the ones we just mentioned right now. Let us practice with some irregular nouns by answering this activity. Complete the sentence by providing the correct irregular noun in the blank. Number 1. There were 5 blank walking along the street. Which of the following should we use to complete the sentence? Man, men, mans. Correct! Men is the answer. There were 5 men walking along the street. Number 2. I can see one blank dancing on the stage. Which is correct? Person, people, or persons? That's right! Person is the right noun for the sentence. I can see one person dancing on the stage. Number 3. The bus was full of blank who were on their way to school. What noun should we use to complete the sentence? Children's, child, or children? All right! Children is right. The bus was full of children who were on their way to school. Number 4. I asked the blank if she could help me find a dress. Which of the following is correct? Woman, womans, or women? Very good! We must use woman because we are just pertaining to one. I asked the woman if she could help me find a dress. Number 5. There are 30 blank at my grandpa's farm. What is the correct plural form of the irregular noun ox? Oxes, oxen, or oxens? That's right! The correct plural form is oxen. English-tastic word, children! You surely know when to use singular and plural nouns. Please remember that nouns can be singular or plural. They can be regular or irregular nouns. Regular nouns become plural by adding an S or an ES, while irregular nouns become plural by changing them in many different ways. Some of them require a change in the middle of the word. Some of them need letters aside from an S and an ES added to the end of the word, and some of them have a total change in form. Lastly, some of them have the same singular and plural forms. Now let us try to look for examples of regular and irregular nouns in plural form from our story entitled Little Tony and His Shoes. But first, let us unlock some difficult terms from the story. Fill in the blanks with the correct vowel to unlock the word. The meaning of the word serves as your clue. You have 5 seconds to answer. For the first word, it means to go with as a companion. Accompanied is correct. The next word means to long or hope for. You're awesome! Desire is right. Our last word means unsettled or not behaving normally. Great job! Disturbed is correct. Now please listen to our reading buddy as he reads the story of Little Tony and His Shoes.
Little Tony was only 8 years old. At Christmas time, he always received new clothes, shoes, and toys from his parents. One Christmas season, his parents asked Little Tony, "What gifts do you want to receive?" Little Tony answered, "I want a new pair of rubber shoes. I like those shoes used by basketball players." The shoes cost a lot, around 6,000 pesos. Little Tony wanted to have the shoes because his other classmates had them too. He didn't want that his classmates to laugh at him because his shoes were cheap. One day, Tony's mother told Little Tony, "Today, we're going to visit some children in the hospital." Little Tony's mother brought him to a hospital of children who had problems with their feet and legs. Some of them didn't have legs. Little Tony was initially afraid when he saw children without legs. Then, his mother accompanied him to visit a little girl who was seated in a wheelchair. The little girl was happy when Little Tony came with his mother. His mother asked the girl, "What do you desire to have this Christmas?" The little girl answered, "I just want to walk, to have new legs." Then she told Little Tony, "You're lucky because you have legs. You should thank the baby Jesus because you can run and play." Little Tony was a little disturbed. He looked at his legs. He did not know that he was lucky to have his legs. When they returned home, his mother asked him, "Son, do you now know how lucky you are?" "Yes, Mama," he said. "I still have my legs. Now, what do you want as a Christmas gift?" His mother asked him. "I will ask the baby Jesus to give that girl her legs, and I will also ask him to keep me healthy so that I will always have my legs. I don't want to sit in a wheelchair," he answered. "What about those expensive rubber shoes used by basketball players?" his mother asked. "Well, I still like them, but if you cannot buy them, I would still be happy this Christmas. I can still run even in my old rubber shoes." Little Tony responded wisely.
What gifts do you want this Christmas? Some of you may have a long Christmas wish list, but for me, I only want healing for everyone. If you do not receive any gifts this Christmas, will you still be happy? You should be, because Christmas is not about the number of gifts you receive, but it is about being grateful for all the blessings you have received, even the smallest ones. Remember that everything we receive, whether big or small, A lot or a few should all be considered blessings. Now here are some plural nouns from the story. Let's read it. Gifts, shoes, toys, parents, classmates, children, feet, and legs. Out of these plural nouns, which are considered irregular nouns? That's right! We have children and feet. What makes them irregular nouns? Children and feet are considered irregular nouns because they become plural in a way other than adding an S or an ES to the end of the word. Here is another activity for us to work on. Use the irregular plural nouns from the box to complete each sentence. Teeth, feet, geese, sheep, children. Number 1. I saw a lot of blank playing during recess. Children is correct. I saw a lot of children playing during recess. Number 2. The blank were grazing in the pasture. Sheep is right. The sheep were grazing in the pasture. Number 3. We looked up and saw the blank flying. The correct answer is geese. We looked up and saw the geese flying. Number 4. My blank were hurting because my shoes were too small. Feet is right. My feet were hurting because my shoes were too small. Number 5. The dentist told me to brush my blank every day. All right! Teeth is correct. The dentist told me to brush my teeth every day. Great job, kids! This time, we will have a game. The game is called Beat the Clock. There are scattered nouns on the table. The player will look for the matching pair of singular and plural nouns and post them on the board under the singular and plural columns. The player needs to complete the challenge before the clock rings. The clock is set at 60 seconds. Here is our player, Dashi. Are you ready to beat the clock, Dashi? Yes, I'm ready. All right. Good luck and enjoy the game. Congratulations, Dashi. You did the challenge well. You have beaten the clock. For that, I will give you the English Star Trophy. Now let us read Dashi's work again. Let's read the singular forms of the different nouns and their corresponding plural forms. Read with me. Man, men. Person, people. Mouse, mice. Child, children. Goose, geese. Foot, feet. Tooth, teeth. Ox, oxen. Woman, women. So there you have it, kids. Today, we were able to review the rules in forming the plural forms of regular nouns. We also found out that there are nouns that do not follow a specific rules in forming their plural forms. These nouns are called irregular nouns. Some of the irregular nouns that we frequently use are child, foot, tooth, man, woman, ox, goose, and she. They become plural in different ways. See you in the next English-tastic episode where we will be exploring the world of reading even more. Once again, I am Teacher Dash, your English-tastic teacher. See you soon!